Today we're going to talk about the 8 elements of the art of seduction and closing deals, okay? The seduction of closing deals. In my opinion, if you have not yet learned the art of seduction in sales, you're missing out. So we're going to talk about it today. My name is Michael Barayev. We were able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. We did that with zero money invested, and now we have an investing company where we're investing in multifamily. We also help business owners like yourself, salespeople, entrepreneurs with sales and sales training. So we have a couple of things that are cooking for us. What I want to talk about is the art of seduction. Okay, the art of seduction in sales, right? Because there's a lot of seduction in getting girls and this and that and friendships, whatever. But when it comes to sales, there's 8 key elements that I believe if you have these things on point, you are going to sign up way more customers. You're going to increase your close rate and get really, really good at telling and getting people to say yes. Okay, number 1, you have to learn how to be a chameleon and blend. Okay, blend in and kind of be a mirror to people's behaviors and personalities and stuff like that. Like, for example, if you see someone that's very extroverted and is excited and pumped up, you need to increase your energy just a tad bit, right? You got to mirror them a little bit. Be a chameleon. If someone's really calm, collected, and sitting and thinking and being very logical and analytical, you need to do the same thing, right? And don't be too crazy when the person's really calm. It's common sense of seduction, right? Paying attention to the other person, seeing where they at. See, being a salesperson is not trying to sell your product or your service to them. It's about figuring out what's important to this person. How can I relate with this individual? Because relatability is extremely important, right? You want to be able to relate. When you learn how to relate with other people, you will buy them in, right? You will buy them in. And when you buy them in, they'll buy your product. So before you ask for a hand, learn to earn their heart, right? That's what the first thing you need to understand. Number 2, charisma, right? Where does the word charisma come from? If you break it down, the Latin word, charisma means to show favor, and it's a gift from God actually, right? Car, right? Car is the gift, charis, whatever they call it, right? Is to show favor and gift to God. So charisma is about showing favor to other people. Being a gift, being the light to other people. And when you see someone that's very charismatic, you're like, wow, this guy's amazing. He's kind of making me feel good. Your job is to make people feel good. That's the element of seducing someone, making them feel amazing like $1,000,000. Are you doing that when you're talking to people? Because if you're able to have this charisma inside of you, this charisma in your energy levels, people will feel that and they're actually going to trust you. And when they trust you, they want to do business with you. Next, your personality. There's 16 different personalities out there. Okay? Do you know the personality types? Do you know the extrovert, the introvert, the person that bases his decisions based on judgment or intuition or based on feeling, whatever it may be? You need to figure that out and figure out what's his personality type. And what is your personality? Do you even know what your personality is about? Do you know what makes you tick? Do you know what makes you kind of trigger yourself and get others triggered as well? Like I know, for example, I'm an extroverted individual. I know that. But I can relate with any introvert. Like Matthew over here, my friend, he's an introvert. He's not an extrovert, but we get along very well because I learned how to be a chameleon, be charismatic, and understand his personality and what works out for him. And we can stay friends like that, right? It's very, very important. Next, tonality. Your tonality is everything. As you can see, my tonality changes throughout the video, which is what captivates people's attention. When you want to be charismatic, right, and seduce people, you have to have good tonality. Tonality is extremely important. You need to learn how to have the right tonality. Which leads me to the next thing, which is about pausing and having the right inflections, right? Look what I just did. Pausing and having what? The right inflections. Inflections on your voice. These things combined together with your charisma, with your personality, with being a chameleon, understanding people and mirroring them properly, you're relating and connecting with other people. And that's what gets you more sales. That's how you seduce people, right? In a positive way, by the way. Everything we teach you here is to do things the right way, right? Next, eye contact. Are you able to look into someone's eyes deep and look inside of their eyes, right? They always say this, that you can tell everything about a person when you look at them in the eyes, right? Like, for example, if you're in a dating world and you're talking to a girl, pay attention and look into her eyes. Some of you guys be looking away like this. I'm like, no, look at her. You want to look at them. Why? Because you can see if they're bullshitting you. You can look down into their soul. And that's what you want to do when you're seducing someone, right? You want to look into their soul and go in there and say, hey, I have you and I'm going to take care of you. That's the key element of seduction, right? Next, body language, right? How is your body language? As a matter of fact, look at me. During this video, you see my hands going this, my body moving, my ears, my eyes, everything is moving because I'm not standing stiff like a rock. You have to have good body language. And that also leads to what? Studying other people's body language, right? What is their body language telling you? Are they covering themselves? If you ever see a girl sitting like this and she's covered up, it's because she doesn't trust you. right? Or she may be twisting her feet as she's talking to you, playing with her hair. What does that tell you, right? You got to pay attention to these things. It's not just in the dating world, but it's also in the business world, especially when you're closing deals. You got to pay attention to the body language, right? Your body language and also, of course, the other person's body language. Last but not least, banter and humor. If you're trying to get into relationships with girls or guys, whatever it may be, you gotta have some banter. You gotta play a little bit, be playful, have some humor. Now, if you're not a funny guy, don't be funny. Please, you'll look like a moron. But if you have that element of being a little bit, a little funny, a little humor, then utilize it to your advantage. Don't go too crazy in it, but you can utilize it in business. I have some friends that are very corporate America. They have the suit and ties, all those bullshit. It feels like they got sticks up their ass. And I always do meetings with someone because we're in real estate. I'm like, dude, the real estate world is so fucking stiff, in my opinion. I like to loosen it up sometimes. And I say jokes. People sometimes get it, sometimes they don't. But I like to kind of soften up the environment a little. Maybe we feel comfortable because that's the art of seduction. So hopefully you learned about these 8 little elements of seduction. And hopefully you can utilize it to your advantage to get more sales, get more closers, and get to the next level in your business. So I appreciate you. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this with someone that may empower them. And we'll see you guys in the next video.